it's historically justifiable that that's exactly what happened. And of course, I was here before, and we talked about those fake papers that
Yes.
Peter and Helen
Let's
and I
tell
wrote.
everybody what those are, just because it's an amazing source of enjoyment and entertainment for folks that are looking for something to read.
Right. So we don't lose the point real quick. We did in less than like 10 months the almost equivalent of a whole academic career in this stuff, and we're amateurs.
And
so
you did
it's
it
easy.
as a joke,
As
and
a
it
joke.
got passed off as real and then actually applauded.
That's right. So we wrote 20 fake academic papers in these exact fields: critical race theory,
So we should tell,
gender studies.
Peter Boghossian did it with you,
Yeah.
and
Helen Pluckrose.
is Pluckrose.
Yeah, Pluckrose.
Pluckrose.
Yeah,
That's
most English,
that
the
word.
second most English name
And she
ever.
wrote
yeah.
Cynical Theories with you.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's a very English name.
it is a very English name. So we wrote these papers to try to show that this scholarship is bogus.
Right.
And so we spent just under a year writing crazy stuff.
Please tell people the dog park one.
You love them. So
My
the
favorite.
dog park paper was actually, I think, kind of the masterpiece of the thing. So we wrote this paper where we claimed that we were a feminist researcher who spent 1,000 hours in Portland, Oregon dog parks over the course of 1 year. Never in the heavy rain. We put that in the paper. Never in the heavy rain. Like that's some relevant detail or something. So 1,000 hours over a year is already ridiculous. That's like 6 hours a day, every day.
That's so much time.
I know. And what we said she did was she watched dog humping incidents and tried to determine when they counted as dog rapes and when they didn't. And,
What's the name of the paper, though?
oh, it was what was it? Queer performativity and well, how's it go? Because they had all the buzzwords, right?
Yeah, heteronormative was in there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Queer performativity in urban dog parks in Portland, Oregon. Rape culture and queer performativity.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
that's
Rape
what it
culture.
was.
Yeah. So we had we said that she watched these dog fights and dog rapes and all this stuff, and we put this crazy stuff in there, like sometimes they try to break up a dog fight by doing jumping jacks by the dog or singing songs, and just ridiculous. And the dogs were pooping on each other. We put that in the paper, and then we said when there was a dog humping, that she would go up and she would inspect the dog's genitals, and she inspected 10,000 dogs' genitals, and then interrogated the owners about their sexual orientations. And what she wanted to find out was if straight men would discourage gay dog humping versus straight dog humping, and that it was different for women and gay men. And then we said we're going to pass that data through black feminist criminology, which makes no sense. And then that we said that the conclusion was that dog parks are petri dishes of canine rape culture, and that they are rape condoning spaces just like human nightclubs. So human nightclubs are automatically now rape condoning spaces. And so the conclusion was that we now have to train men the way that we train dogs, with like leashes and shock collars and things, in order to get rape culture to go away. And they give this an award. And so it's like the bullshit level is just insane.
What was the award?
So they had a thing. It was their anniversary. The journal is the #1 feminist geography journal in the world. And there was their 25th anniversary
What's
edition.
the name of the journal?
Gender, Place, and Culture. And it's the leading feminist geography journal in the world. And they had their 25th year, so they're on their 25th anniversary. And so what they wanted to do was highlight one paper per issue the entire year as being exemplary scholarship in feminist geography. And ours was chosen. I can tell you, man, it was the craziest thing ever. I remember, I'm almost positive it was May 7th, 2018. I got the email. And it's like, I can remember. It's just like, go in the house. I was out doing like yard work or something, and I come in and I check my email. And I just remember like gaping at the screen. I'm like, this can't be happening. Because I just saw the editor and I'm like, oh no, they figured it out, right? And we're going to give it an award. And so I grab, because we're making a documentary about it, right? So we got a filmmaker, Mike Nana. He's the one that did that 3-part documentary of Evergreen that showed everybody how. I mean, that's where everybody's evergreen now. And so Mike, it was like, anything that happens, film it. So I grabbed my GoPro and I have this footage, and it's like sideways because I didn't even like think about it. And I'm just like running outside trying to find my wife. I'm like, you aren't going to believe this. You aren't going to believe this. Oh my gosh, there's a really freaking crazy, like it's almost like was almost like the world slid off of its foundation a little bit when they gave that paper an award for me. It was just so weird.
Well, you nailed it. I mean,
We did.
You really nailed it. You came so close to reality, but yet still lived in the world of parody.
That's right.
But you said all the things that you need. It just shows that there's such a high tolerance for bullshit.
That's right.
In those air quotes disciplines.
Right. And those air quotes disciplines are now being like mainlined into like every university, every school, every corporate boardroom.
How did that happen?